I never thought the person I trusted the most could betray me. My sister, the one I shared my childhood with, the one I laughed with every day, the one I believed would always have my back, ended up breaking my heart in ways I couldn't imagine. Growing up, we were inseparable. She was older by 5 years, and I looked up to her in everything. From making blanket forts in our backyard to sharing secrets and whispers late at night, it felt like we were living in a world of our own. Every laugh we shared, every tear we wiped away for each other made me think nothing could ever come between us. But there were moments I ignored, small things that didn't make sense at the time. The way she would take something of mine and claim it was hers, or how she twists small stories to make herself look better. I told myself it was harmless, just childhood games. High school changed everything. She started spending more time with new friends, going out late, and making choices that I didn't understand. I stayed behind, focusing on school and our parents, believing in honesty, in trust. I thought she would always be the same sister I knew. Then came the first real betrayal. I told her about a boy I liked. I trusted her completely. The next week, I found out she had told everyone, laughing about it later, calling it a joke. It didn't feel like a joke. It hurt deeply, but I let it slide, thinking maybe she didn't know the pain she caused. College made the distance even wider. She moved to the city, got a high paying job, and started living a life I could only dream of. And I I stayed behind, working hard, trying to build my own future. But she always found a way to compete, to undermine, to make herself the center of attention. I ignored the signs, hoping she'd change, hoping our bond could survive. Then love entered my life. I met someone incredible, someone I thought would be my partner for life. I confided in my sister about him, telling her everything, every detail of our relationship. And once again, I trusted her blindly. One evening, I received a message from him. He sounded confused, distant. I couldn't understand why. And then the truth hit me like a lightning strike. My sister had lied to him, had told him things about me, twisted truths, and painted herself as someone he could trust over me. My own sister had come between me and the person I loved. The betrayal didn't stop there. Money became another battlefield. She knew how hard I had worked to save up for a down payment on my first home. She pretended to need help, acting vulnerable, asking for guidance, borrowing small amounts here and there. I wanted to help her. I loved her. I trusted her. But she was taking more than I could ever imagine. By the time I realized thousands of dollars were gone, all the sacrifices, the late nights, the careful budgeting, it vanished. And she had the nerve to smile and say it was just a loan, that I would understand someday. But I couldn't. There was no understanding in betrayal, not when it came from someone you trusted the most. Our parents were caught in the middle. I wanted to tell them everything, but I didn't want to hurt them. She, on the other hand, manipulated them, making herself look innocent, making me seem jealous, petty, and unreasonable. It was like watching a perfect storm form, one that only she could create. Then came the confrontation. I couldn't stay silent any longer. I sat her down, told her everything I felt. I told her how she had taken love, money, trust, and shattered them like fragile glass. She looked at me, smiled in a way that sent shivers down my spine, and said, "You'll never understand me. You never will." And that was it. The moment I realized she had always been looking out for herself. Love, money, family, it didn't matter. Only she mattered. My heart broke in ways I didn't know were possible. The days after were filled with anger, sadness, and disbelief. I had to rebuild myself from scratch, not just financially, but emotionally. Trust had been stolen, and I didn't know if I could ever give it again, not to her, not to anyone. But life moves on. Slowly, I learned to protect myself, to keep my heart guarded. I focused on the things that mattered, my own happiness, my career, the people who truly loved me. I realized betrayal is not just about someone else's choices. It's also about what you allow into your life, what you forgive, and how you rise after being broken. And she continues her life, probably thinking she won, but in the end, the truth has a way of revealing itself. Those who betray rarely find true happiness, and those who rebuild themselves after betrayal often rise stronger, wiser, and more resilient than ever. So, yes, my sister betrayed me. She took my love, my trust, my hard earned money. She broke me in ways I couldn't imagine. But I survived, I rose, and I will continue to rise stronger than I ever was before.